Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Gonna be giving you an update on some more transfer news. So according to Sky Sports, Manchester United, Chelsea and Tottenham are considering making a move for Ben White. Now Ben White currently plays for Brighton. He can play as a centre-half or a defensive midfielder. He's predominantly a centre-half. He plays in a back three alongside Adam Webster and Lewis Dunk. Now Ben White signed a 4-year contract with Brighton in the summer. And he started all of Brighton's games so far this season in the Premier League. He is the age of 23. So do you think he'd go well alongside Harry Maguire in our back line? Now he's had a few loan spells. Don't forget he was on loan with Newport. He had a loan spell with Peterborough. And he was also on loan with Leeds. Leeds actually wanted to get Ben White permanently. I think Leeds put a bid in of around £25 million, but this had been rejected by Brighton. I think Brighton said that they wanted around £40 million. But yeah, there has been a lot of centre-halves on our agenda. I think he's been like the fourth best centre-half in the Premier League so far this season. Now, I want to delve into some news on Eduardo Camavinga. So, Rennes have set a cheaper asking price for Eduardo Camavinga. He says he's going to be available for around £45 million. Initially, Rennes wanted around £70 million. Man United are interested in him. Obviously, we're seeing him as a replacement for Paul Pogba. Real Madrid have also been interested in him. He's only the age of 18. He is a midfielder. He's got 18 months left on his current contract with Rennes. He made his senior debut for Rennes at the age of 16 and he's played around 54 senior games. So would you take him at Manchester United? There has been a lot of players on our agenda. It's good that we are making plans for next year. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has made a prediction ahead of the January transfer window and he's not expecting a busy January transfer window because Solskjaer's happy with the current squad we have got. And like in his press conference yesterday building up to the game tonight against PSG, he brushed off transfer talks. He says basically he's focusing on the PSG game and he's not focusing on transfers at the moment. But I'm hopeful we can make a couple of signings in January. We'll also look to make more signings next summer. We're also going to focus on the outgoings next year as well as the incomings because he's still deadwood at the football club that we do need to get rid of. I think next year we'll be looking to get rid of Jesse Lingard. We'll be looking to get rid of Marcus Rojo. We'll be looking to get rid of Phil Jones. I think Sergio Romero will leave the club because Sergio Romero is now our third choice goalkeeper. A lot of United fans are expecting Paul Pogba to leave next year. Matic could leave next year because he's lost his place in the team. He's only been playing recently, Matic, because Pogba hasn't been available and McTominay wasn't available recently. Mata, he could be sold next year. Possibly Daniel James could leave the club because his appearances have been limited this season. And he's been out of form, but despite that, he said he still loves it at Man United. There has obviously been rumours of Brandon Williams going out on loan in January. Brandon Williams is our third choice left back following the arrival of Alex Telles. The other week there was rumours of Dean Henderson going out on loan in January. It actually said Dean Henderson wants to go out on loan in January. Solskjaer did say though prior to the Istanbul Başakşehir game that Dean Henderson wants to stay at Man United and he wants to play for the club. Dean Henderson recently made his Premier League debut against Southampton. And he did well. I think at some point he will become our number one. A lot of Man United fans think now it would be the right time to put him as number one. Dean Henderson has got that experience behind him. Don't forget he did endure 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. He's had loan spells with Stockport, Grimsby and Shrewsbury before. We got him at the age of 14, so he has been part of the club for several years. And during the summer, he signed a 6-year contract with Man United worth 120 grand a week. Obviously, a lot of United fans are expecting Ighalo to leave the club in January when his loan expires. The main explanation we got Ighalo on deadline day in January was to get a cover up to Marcus Rashford, because at the time we brought Ighalo in, Rashford was out with that back injury. Ighalo doesn't get in the team now though, does he? But he was our top goal scorer in the FA Cup last season. His loan with the club does expire in January, like I said. But yeah, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer deserves more backing at the football club because I don't think he's been backed enough as Manchester United manager. And he's said a few times during the summer transfer window that he was very frustrated with the board. The board's been one of the biggest problems at the club for several years, and this is the main explanation why a lot of Man United fans have been demanding the board out. But none of our managers have been backed enough since Sir Alex Ferguson left. Moyes wasn't backed enough, Van Gaal wasn't backed enough, Mourinho wasn't backed enough, and Solskjaer has not been backed enough. But Ed Woodward did say, didn't he, quite a few weeks ago, like he updated you on, he said Man United remain absolutely committed to Solskjaer despite us enduring a poor start to the season. The main explanation Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager is because he's a club legend, and reflecting on that, our board are softening their stance on him. Disregarding being a club legend though, I don't think he'd have been Manchester United manager now. But we have been in a good vein of form recently. We have won our last 4 games in all competitions. And we're doing really, really well away from home in the league. We've won our last 8 away games in the league. And we haven't lost away in the Premier League since January. Don't forget, at one point though, we was enduring our worst start at Old Trafford for around 50 years. We've only won 1 game at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season, and that was against West Brom. Like I updated you not so long ago, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer discussed his contract situation at Manchester United, and he insists a new contract is not his priority at the moment. He said his priority is leading the club to long-term success. Solskjaer did say that the team are going places under his management. Maybe we could hold talks over getting him a new contract at some point next year. It's not assured though that we will extend his stay at the football club. When we give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the job permanently in March last year, he signed a 3-year deal with the club, and I think he's more than halfway through that 3-year deal. I think this month is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 2-year anniversary at the club. I think it's on the 18th. He's been Manchester United manager now for almost 2 years. This is his second full season at the football club. You know, he's under contract with Man United until 2022. I said if we can finish in the top 4 this season and if we can win a trophy, that would represent a very, very good season for Man United, and then that would give us something to build on. You know, Solskjaer has not ruled out a title challenge this season. You know, maybe he still thinks, you know, we can challenge for the title. You know, we won't win the Premier League this season. I don't see us winning the Champions League either, but I think we'll definitely get to knockout stages. We've been very, very dominant in Europe. We've won 3 games out of 4 in the group stage. But I think there's a good chance we could win the Carabao Cup this season, winning to the quarterfinals, and we could win the FA Cup. By the way, we got drawn against Watford at Old Trafford. That's for the 3rd round. Solskjaer's managed over 100 games for Manchester United in all competitions. Obviously, Mauricio Pochettino has been the favourite to replace Solskjaer at the football club. Now it's saying that we're going to be missing out on Mauricio Pochettino because Pochettino is now the favourite to take over at Real Madrid. Real Madrid have been in for him a few times before. Zinedine Zidane's now under pressure. Real Madrid recently lost 2-0 to Shakhtar Donetsk. Now I think Zinedine Zidane's got like 4 games to save his job. It said we've got to act soon though if we want Pochettino. He was on Monday Night Football quite a few weeks ago, was Pochettino, and he said that he is missing football and he's ready for the return to management. He was watching quite a few clubs with Pochettino to decide which, you know, job he will take next. But he has been managerless now for like a year. He was sacked from Tottenham last year. Tottenham made a big mistake by getting rid of him. Pochettino did endure 5.5 years with Tottenham. Analysing the vast majority of his tenure, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top 4. But last year, he guided Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final. He got them to the League Cup final and he guided them to 2 FA Cup semi-finals. The only element of concern about him, he hasn't won out in terms of silverware. Before he was at Tottenham, he was at Southampton. He guided Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League era. And before Southampton, he was at Espanyol. Pochettino was the favourite to take over at Man United after Jose Mourinho got sacked. Massimiliano Allegri, the former Juventus manager, he's been on our agenda quite a few times. A few weeks ago it said that Julian Nagelsmann was on our agenda. But yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is safe for now. Like I said, I've taken quite a few positives from his tenure so far. He's made some good signings since he became Manchester United manager. He's spent over £200 million at the club and he's endured 4 transfer windows. In the summer of 2019, he brought Daniel James, Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and he brought Odin Igalo in on loan. And in the summer transfer window of this year, he brought Donny van de Beek in, Edison Cavani, Alex Telles, Facundo Pellistri and Amad Traore. He's also brought quite a few academy players into the club and I like the way that Solskjaer has promoted the youth. You know, since he taken over the reins at Man United, Solskjaer's had a habit of, you know, bringing young British talents into the club. You know, we've enjoyed some very, very good periods under Ole. You know, we're enjoying a good period now. You know, went on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions. Was it last season? We was 14 unbeaten in the Premier League at one point. Did well in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. I credit Solskjaer for what he did last season. He got us to 3 semi-finals. He got us qualification for the Champions League and he also got us 3rd. Last season was his first full season at the club. We've also seen a lot of players depart the club since he got recommended in. We've seen the likes of Lukaku leave, Ander Herrera leave. They're two players Man United should have kept, really. We've seen the likes of Darmian leave the club, Smalling leave the club, Young leave the club, Valencia leave the club, Fellaini leave the club, Angel Gomez leave the club. We've also loaned a few players out. We loaned Tahith Chon out. We loaned Dylan Levitt out. We loaned James Garner out. We loaned Joe Pereira out again for another season. So Solskjaer has got rid of some of the deadwood. And Ollie showed a lot of tactical flexibility, especially in the big games. Our record against the top six sides has been pretty good since he came in, especially last season. We must have taken a good 19 points off the top six sides last season. So they are the positives you can take. There's still issues at the football club that Solskjaer needs to solve. He obviously needs to solve the Paul Pogba issue. He needs to identify his best 11. Because I don't think he actually knows his best 11 at the moment. I think he's got to select the right formation. Now, since Solskjaer got appointed in, he has gone a lot with that 4-2-3-1 formation. In the big games, he's gone with a 3-5-2 formation. He could go with a 3-5-2 tonight against PSG. A few times he's gone with a 4-1-2-1-2. And a few times he's gone with that 4-3-3 formation. But like I said, despite our good vein of form recently, I still don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the long-term manager for Man United. Manchester United is the third club in his managerial career. Before he came to Man United, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but Molde are a big club. And before Molde, he was at Cardiff. He enjoyed a very, very short tenure with Cardiff. The main explanation he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting Cardiff relegated. So he hasn't really got that proven pedigree as a manager, Ole. But he was a great player. He enjoyed 11 years as a player for Manchester United. He flourished under Alex Ferguson's guidance. Let's put into the equation, though. Solskjaer is inheriting a squad that is worth £700 million. He's inheriting a lot of players here from the Jose Mourinho era, because the vast majority of his team is Jose Mourinho's. Still a few players here from the Louis van Gaal era. There's only one player from the Moyes era, and there's only two players here now from the Alex Ferguson era. In the last 8 years, we've spent over £1 billion on players, and we've recruited around 36 players in since Alex Ferguson left. So people will say, reflecting on the money we've spent, we should be in much more of a commanding position than we are in. 3 managers have been sacked since Ferguson left, and obviously that was Moyes. Sacked him after, around 8.5, or was it 9 months, but he's enjoyed the shortest tenure at the club. We finished 7th under the David Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. We sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years, despite him winning the FA Cup. And we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, despite him winning the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield in his first season. The reasons it didn't work out under Mourinho is because, obviously, Mourinho had bad disputes with the top players. He didn't get on with our board. And in the summer of 2018, the board didn't get what Jose Mourinho wanted, because Jose Mourinho made it clear to our board that he wanted a centre-half. Got to be honest with you, I think we did appoint Mourinho in too late. We should have appointed Mourinho in when Ferguson left. So we have actually made a lot of mistakes in the last 8 years or so. This is one of the main explanations why we've been so inconsistent. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, so we haven't won that for 8 years or something. These players at Manchester United this season that have really, really impressed me, I've got to say, Marcus Rashford, he's been very, very impressive. Rashford recently got an assist against Southampton. He was actually unlucky not to get his name on the score sheet because he had a good chance. Rashford provided a few assists this season. He scored quite a few goals in the league. He scored goals in Europe. He scored a hat-trick against RB Leipzig. Became the second Man United player to score a hat-trick as a substitute. He also scored the late winner against PSG. That's twice he has done that. Not so long ago, Rashford came back from a shoulder problem. He's enjoyed a couple of bad games this season. He weren't good against West Brom because, he wasn't fully fit. Against Besiktas, Rashford played on the right wing. Against Southampton, he played centrally. But I think Rashford's more effective out wide than he is playing centrally. Most of the time, he plays on that left-hand side. He turned 23 quite a few weeks ago now. Rashford's been a United player since the age of 7, and he's been in our senior squad since 2016. And since then, mainly has become an integral part of the team. Edison Cavani, he's really, really impressed me since he come in. Cavani scored 2 goals against Southampton. He also got an assist. He had 2 other good chances, so he could have had at least a hat-trick. Edison Cavani did well against Besiktas. That game against Besiktas was his first start for the club. He did well when he came on against West Brom. He scored his first goal for the club in our 3-1 win against Everton, and he almost scored with his first touch when he came on against Chelsea. Edison Cavani's not yet made his full Premier League debut though, has he? We got him on a free transfer on deadline day. He signed a 2-year contract with Man United worth around 230 or is it 240 grand a week. But I just like the way Edison Cavani holds up the play. His link-up play is good and his finishing's very, very good. I said, didn't I, when we got him in, he will emulate into the next Zlatan Ibrahimovic, will Edison Cavani. Now, as you all know, Edison Cavani is facing a 3-match ban. That's minimum for the racist comment that he put on social media. Obviously, the FA have been investigating this social media post. Edison Cavani, by the way, deleted that post. But anyway, like Solskjaer said in his press conference building up to the game against PSG, Edison Cavani has apologised for what he's done. And Ole has actually defended Edison Cavani, but he also supports the FA for investigating the social media post. But yeah, like I said, Edison Cavani's enjoyed a fantastic start to his Man United career. I've been very, very impressed with Donny van der Beek. Donny van der Beek recently made his first start in the Premier League. That was against Southampton. He was obviously operating in that deeper role. He started in that deeper role as well against Istanbul Başakşehir. That's where he's more effective, Donny van der Beek, so we need to keep him in that deeper role. You can obviously put him in the number 10, and you can also put him out wide. We actually started him in the number 10 against RB Leipzig earlier on this season. But yeah, Van der Beek said he's got no problems playing with Bruno Fernandes, and, he's happy to be patient for his opportunities. He actually got told this during the international break by Solskjaer that he'll have to wait for his opportunities. We paid £40 million for him from Ajax. Obviously, Calcio Mercato recently said that Juventus are lining up a move for him next summer. I heard that there was a swap deal involved. And Juventus could consider getting him on loan with the option or the obligation to buy. But Solskjaer's made his feelings clear on Donny van der Beek. He says he will play a big part at the football club. We only got him a couple of months ago. Obviously, I've been very, very impressed with Bruno Fernandes this season, and I've been impressed with him in general since he came into the club. By the way, Bruno Fernandes has won Player of the Month for November. You know, he's won Player of the Month now quite a few times. We paid €55 million for Bruno Fernandes from Sporting Lisbon in January. €55 million equates to around 47 million in pounds sterling. Fernandes has got a contract with Man United until 2025. He's been at the club now almost a year. But he's definitely the best signing we've made since Alex Ferguson retired. Like Ollie said, prior to the Southampton game, Bruno Fernandes has brought a Cristiano Ronaldo-like presence to the club. He obviously plays in that number 10. Now, I've been impressed with Juan Mata, you know, in some of the games he's played in this season. You know, Juan Mata impressed me in both of our Carabao Cup games against Luton and Brighton. He also impressed me in the game against Newcastle in the league. He impressed me against Chelsea, but there's been some games this season where he hasn't been so consistent. Now, my element of concern about Juan Mata, he has lost that yard of pace. And he's now like 33, 34 years of age. But he's enjoyed a good career at Man United. He's enjoyed a good 6 years or so at the football club. We got him in a deal worth £40 million from Chelsea back in 2014. Juan Mata. Now, Fred, he's also really impressed me this season. He's enjoyed a couple of games where he's looked off the pace, but in the games he's played well in, he's showed good attacking intent. He's broke up the play well. He's won the ball back well. He's passed the ball well. And in general, he's just improved under Ollie. We paid £47 million for him from Shakhtar Donetsk a few years ago. We got Fred under the Jose Mourinho era. At Tominway, he's impressed me in quite a few games this season as well. I'll mention that, but I've still got my reservations about him. I think he's totally contrast to Fred. He's not as good as Fred. Just after the first lockdown, McTominay signed a 5-year deal with Man United, didn't he? Alex Telles, I've got to say I've been very impressed with him. He's enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. Telles was good against Southampton. Not brilliant, but he was quite good. He put some good crosses into the box, but he was a bit sloppy on the ball a few times. He was good against Besiktas. He was good on his Premier League debut against West Brom. And he did well on his Champions League debut against PSG. I said Telles is going to be a very good signing. He obviously wasn't getting a lot of game time when he first came in because obviously Telles had COVID-19. We got him for like 15.4 million from Porto with add-ons included. Being very impressed with Harry Maguire. He has really rejuvenated himself, Harry Maguire. Bounced back from his early season troubles, because he did have early season troubles because he had that incident in Greece before the start of the season. He had a few knocks. He got sent off in England's 1-0 defeat to Denmark earlier on in the season. He's our current captain and he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment because we got him in a deal worth £80 million. Victor Lindelof, he's impressed me in some games this season, but I've still got reservations about him. He's enjoyed a lot of bad games though as a Man United player as Lindelof. Lindelof's enjoyed a good 3 years or so now at the football club. We paid £31 million for him from Benfica back in 2017. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's impressed me in quite a few games this season. The games he's played well in, he's showed some good attacking intent. His defensive contributions being good, but in general, his defensive contributions being good anyway, a lot of the time. He scored his first goal for the club in our 4-1 win against Newcastle earlier on in the season. That's the only goal he's scored, and he's played like 59 games for Man United. This is his second season at the football club. We got him in a deal worth £50 million from Palace in the summer of 2019. Now, it's been recently saying that we are in search for a right back because we do have element of concerns about Wan-Bissaka's lack of attacking intent. We have concerns about his distribution. David De Gea, he's impressed me in quite a lot of games this season. There's been quite a few games where he's made some world-class saves, but there's been some games where he hasn't really had nothing to do. I think David De Gea, like I've said, is going to remain our number one this season. You know, this is his 10th season at Man United, so he has been a long servant at the football club. Yeah, so they're the ones that have impressed me. You know, obviously, there's players that have disappointed me. You know, Martial's been disappointing, but he did well against Besiktas. But prior to that, he's been disappointing. Daniel James has been disappointing. Paul Pogba, he's been disappointing. So yeah, you know, these quite a few that have disappointed me. Nemanja Matic, he's another one. He's been disappointing. So there you go. So anyway, guys, that's really everything to update you with. And as you all know, David De Gea is now back from his knee injury, which is good. Tellez is back from his minor problem. Donny van der Beek did have a swollen ankle, but now he's okay. Pogba's, I think, now back from his ankle injury. He's missed our last 3 games. And McTominay, I think, is now back from his knock. But we know that Luke Shaw's still out, but he has been training, but he has been out of a hamstring injury recently. Jones is still injured. Yeah, and Lingard's now back. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.